Hello, everyone. As a little presentation, like Margaret said, my name is Ricardo Freire. I have been involved with Mautic since 2023, around that. I was also part of Mauticon last year here in Lisbon. It was very nice. And regarding my education, so I have a UX UI post-graduation and a background in multimedia, graphic design, etc. So let's start. So when I got the invitation to participate in this session, uh, I got asked to root if I could do this one, and I received an email right from a very important company, like my favorite. What many of you have come to Multicon Live? You need to help me out, Margaret.
Sure. So
Yeah,
Ricardo is asking how many of
yeah,
us came to
yeah,
Multicon
yeah.
Live.
Could you chat? Could you
Um,
write on chat or put the emojis?
all right. Please put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel said he has.
Okay,
Who
okay,
else?
okay.
Ruth,
Root, yeah, okay. So we got
Sven.
some. Okay, okay.
So one,
Right,
two.
so, okay, a lot. So maybe, just maybe, you were using Mautic Airlines or some other company, right? So the best airlines company in the world, I believe, right? So you guys have used some airlines, right? So that's the company that we're gonna work. So Mautic Airlines gonna be our client, right? And this is the email that I received. So the client is asking if we can do an email template that do flight updates like check-in reminders, gate changes, boarding calls, etc. Okay, and should match our the website redesign. Okay, looks premium and work on all devices. Okay, great. And I believe something's wrong with the actual ones. Okay, that's an interesting part of the email. So the usual step, if you are probably a designer or a developer, is to like right away what you like. So maybe you're gonna read little documentation or check the website that they redesign, or some documentation that they have shared with you. So maybe just maybe if you are a designer, you're gonna start designing right away, and if you are a developer, you're gonna code right away. uh, do you do this, or if you are involved like in something like this, you always do what you like the most, right? Even if you know that it's not the right thing to do. And when I start, yeah, I did the same, right? So you're gonna like start, if like with designers or branding, you're gonna start designing right away the logos and stuff. But I'm here actually to present you a new way to do this, like in a better organized way, in the better way to understand like the stakeholders. So I'm presenting you design thinking. Okay. Have anyone heard this before? Design thinking. Can you write on chat or do like the emojis? Can you help me, Margaret? If is it? Uh,
Yeah. So Ricardo is asking how many of us have heard of design thinking.
yeah. Have everyone heard before?
Okay, so Josh says he has, but he doesn't know what
Okay.
it means. Sven says
Okay.
he's using it. It's a great methodology.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. So
Same as Ruth,
two.
same as Daniel.
Okay. Okay. So we got some uh, attendees that know. Okay. So for the ones that doesn't know, that's okay. So I put a little definition. So what is design thinking, right? So design thinking is a user-centered approach that helps us solve problems creatively by understanding people, right? Before designing solutions. So we're gonna put the when you say user-centered, we are like referring to like focus on the human side, right? And that's why that's why I put this slide here. Like this is like the main important thing, like the uh, the uh, the interconnection to the human side, right? So that's why I put it aside here, because uh, it's not B2B or B2C, it's always human to human. So there is always someone behind the email address. So we shouldn't communicate like business to business and always human to human. That's why I put human to human. And what are the 5 phases of the design thinking? So empathize, that is literally understanding the user and the context. Okay. The second one is define, like what is the problem clearly, and I'm gonna help you out with this one. Very interesting. The next one, you're gonna ideate, so we're gonna create, like generate creative solutions. The fourth one is the prototype, so we're gonna turn the ideas into something that we can test, right? And the final one is literally testing. So we're gonna validate the concept that we have done. How this apply to email projects? So basically, we're gonna understand how people read emails, for example, identify devices. We can do this with Mautic very easily. Analyze user pains, review campaigns. We define. We're gonna clearly define what the problem is. We're gonna have a problem statement. And with the idea, you're gonna research, collect inspiration, but don't worry, uh, we're gonna put hands on on every step. So let's start with the first phase, right? Let's make this process real. So who is our client, guys? I need help. We need to work as a team. This is a big client, okay? Sector. So our Baltic Airlines is aviation, right? Audience, global travelers. Okay. The tone is a professional, precise. Okay, great. How we know this? We got the documentation. So I have read the documentations right here, guys, right here. Accessibility. So readable fonts, straightforward layouts. Okay, and of course we need to meet the accessibility standards and goals of the company that the CEO shared with me. Fully editable in Mautic and GrapeJS, and work with all major email clients and devices. Okay. But if we just focus on this, it looks great. But again, guys, we need to do human to human, right? So what is the human to human thing here? So we need to talk to someone that is a stakeholder. For example, uh, this is Carlos. So we had like coffee, right? And we need to interact with the stakeholders. Like for example, in this case, Carlos is a passenger that have flights with Mautic Airlines, and he identified some problems. So what has Carlos said to us? Like, so he said like many emails before my flight. Sorry, he gets a lot of emails, okay, and I don't even know which one matters. So there is some inconsistency, right? Every update looks different, and I never know if it's real or a scam. Okay, that's not good. When my gate changes, I panic. The email just says it, no help, no link. Okay, I just want clear info, no, not corporate talk. Okay, great. And when we are talking to the stakeholders, like we need beforehand doing some questions, and this is why I put it like a tip here. Like I like to do this one. It may sound like a little dumb, but it works. Okay, so to gather like more juice from the stakeholder, I always like to ask like if you had a magic wand with unlimited power, what to do anything, what will you change? You're gonna get great responses to it, and it might help you a lot. In get as work as work with me before. So translating all what the Carlos is saying, we are getting like to fundamental topics like confusion and info overload, inconsistency, lack of trust because there is very inconsistency with the email that he has received. Stress, okay, that's not something that we want to put our clients in especially in airports, right? With a lot of confusion and a lot of stuff, and cold tone and low empathy, right? So not human to human here, okay? So and this is very important. So we just don't listen to one person, we listen to many, right? Because we need to gather like patterns. We need to start looking for patterns, like an FBI, like you have me here dressing with the FBI coat, right? And we need not only talk to the clients, like to the final clients. We need to talk to the stakeholders. Stakeholders is all the persons involved in the process. So it can be clients, it can be customer support, it can be operations team, marketing team, everyone involved, right? So this is very important. Not one person, listen to many and listen to all like different, like a big scope of users that are involved. Okay, and when we are looking for partners, think for partners, partners, sorry, um, it's gonna start to look like a little messy. Like you're gonna have a lot of info, but that's good. Like messy is good because next we're gonna organize it and we're gonna start to looking for patterns. That's exactly what we want, like an FBI. Think like an FBI agent. Okay, so after like putting all the after looking at the patterns, what do we have see? So everyone agrees, like all the stakeholders, that communication must be accurate, fast, and compliant. Sure, okay. However, each team focus on its own priorities: brand, timing, legal, and delivery. What this means that they don't cross information, like they send emails that they have or something, and they are not like consistency. That's why Carlos had said, for example, that it looks like a scam because he has received like a lot of different emails. So what is the result? No shared vision of the traveler's emotion journey. That's why Carlos said that he's gonna have stress and all that. So that's not good. Right. So guys, I need your help here for sure. We have a problem statement blueprint. We are here on the define phase. So guys, I need you to write. You need to help me out here, Margaret. So
All right, I'm here for
so
you.
who is the stakeholder? Let me start. Like stakeholder needs a way to, and we need to identify the problem or need because we have found the pattern that we need. So guys, who is the stakeholder here? I need help. I need help, guys.
Hi, let's drop our
Let's drop.
response in
Let's
the
chat,
chat.
guys.
In the chats.
Everyone, come on. Don't be shy. I need help. This is a big client. We don't want to mess this one.
Okay. Are the response coming in? Are the responses coming in?
Okay. Can you tell me what are the responses, Margaret?
For me, I would say okay. Martin says there are many stakeholders.
Yeah, there is.
Um,
What is the
so
main
I would
what is the
say
main stakeholder that we need to focus on here?
Mautic Airlines.
Okay, Mautic. Okay. What do you have more?
Okay, someone is saying Carlos.
Carlos. Okay. What? Okay. We can like talk about Carlos. What is Carlos here? What does Carlos?
Um,
What Carlos is to us?
okay. While I wait for Bartels to share who Carlos is,
Okay.
Ruth says passengers need a way to learn about flight changes without being panicked
Whoa.
because we
Okay.
know that the
Okay.
way we communicate now makes them anxious. So one of
Exactly.
our stakeholders are passengers.
Yeah. Who received like the 5 stars
The-
note, like the evaluation. That's great. That's exactly what is a problem statement.
Go, Ruth.
Yeah, so the problem statement is the passengers, like Carlos, like someone said in the chat, needs a way to receive clear and calming flight updates because current emails increase travel
Yeah.
stress. So this is our main problem that we need to fix, right? Do everyone's agree? Please drop an emoji or write, please. We need help,
Yeah.
guys.
Please let's drop if we
Yeah,
agree to
this is big
this
client,
problem
guys.
space.
Come on, don't leave me with empty hands. And with the problem statement, we always need to balance the human goals and business goals. So this is like our main objective. Like we just can focus just on human, but we just can focus on business. So we need to balance it. All right. So what's next? So we got the problem statement defined and very well defined by Ruth, by the way. Not, but thanks a lot. Please don't continue to interact. Okay, don't leave me with empty hands. So what next on the ideate? So we're gonna gather inspiration. I've put here like 3 of the most favorite websites, not sponsored by the way, sadly. Real emails. We're gonna gather inspiration from real emails, UX and interactive patterns, aviation and travel brands. Guys, that's okay to copy, but don't exactly copy. Inspire, okay? We don't need to invent the wheel, but we can like inspire from others. If like some other big company or even small company is doing fine and there's a good email, we can like inspire, like okay, but not copy, like 100% no copy, just inspire, okay? We're gonna next build a mood board. Tone hierarchy, typography, and color. This is more like as you can see, this is starting to be more like a little design, right? Little, no, a little, yeah, yeah. We're gonna say that's we're starting to touch more in the design part. Okay. Define design principles, and then at the final we're gonna sketch modular ideas, and we're gonna use Figma. Okay. As anyone knows Figma, can you guys drop something on chat just to know? Is someone knows Figma? Margaret, can you help me out?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
Some are also making reactions.
okay,
Ruth and Sven, they share that Figma is great,
okay.
but
Yeah, it is, it is.
Penpoint
And
is a
it's free, guys.
valid
It's free. Okay,
open source alternative. Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah. We can use Penpot. Yeah, it's like an open source alternative, and that's a good tool as well. Penpot. Yeah, it's the name. Okay, so let's move on. And this is very important, guys. Very important. Please note, don't forget to use the good old pencil and notebook. Like myself, because that, and it's important. So it's faster to sketch, it is, than using digital tools. You can express better using your pen, instead of going right away to Figma or other tools that you want to use, Photoshop, whatever. I don't care, guys. Use like the good old pencil and notebook, okay? And it helps visual thinking and flow of ideas, like I said, more easily. You can uh, I mean the human touch of feeling the stuff. And I don't know, guys, use the pen, use the good old pencil and the notebook. This is very important, because if you start doing right away on using digital tools, it's gonna you're gonna take longer, right? You're gonna to express and to to try new things, it takes longer. Because for example, if you use Illustrator or Figma, you're gonna like grab a square and a circle, and you search for an icon and whatever, and it takes like 1 second to do it on the notebook. So don't create the wheel here, okay? And that's very important. The third one, no screen distractions. Everyone is always looking for mail and TikToks. Like, put the phone aside and focus entirely on your process. This is very important, because if you are always distracted, you're gonna take longer. So you're gonna need to be smart with your time and with your tools, and you don't need to go beyond the pencil and notebook. Again, this is a note that I always say to everyone. And these are some sketches that I do. Like you don't need to be a professional or anything. As you see, myself, I'm no artist. Like, I do some stuff, like, but it's not great. Okay, this is like wireframes and stuff, and some graphic stuff that I do. Like, it may be some dumb or random, but please use the good old pencil and notebook. Again, it's like the 5th time that I'm saying it. Okay, let's move on. You are tired of listening to this. So we're gonna gather inspiration from other companies or wherever you like. It doesn't need to be just emails. I just put it here emails because this is email related, but you can also use like posters, social media content that you may like, posts. It doesn't matter. If it helps you gather inspiration, that's okay. That's totally fine. Okay. This is I just use it here the emails because, as I said, is it more related to emails. And on this one, for example, that I like the color tones and stuff. I like it, so I put it here. And this could be used like a social media post, for example. So we're gonna gather inspirations, and then we're gonna evaluate them, right? So, for example, this one I really like, but it's a little risky for compatibility, and the client said that compatibility is a must. And of course, it needs to be, all right, guys? And the second one, for example, I like this one, like spacious, not much going around, very straightforward. And if you guys are into Feng Shui, you're gonna like see that it's spacious, like everything is organized. You can even use Feng Shui on your emails. This is I think you guys never heard this before, for sure. Like I said, this one I like the warm tones. It gives like trust, calm, like peace of mind when traveling. Looks premium. I really like this tone, and it's really match what the clients wants, right? Our Mautic Airlines objectives. This one is also like very emotional, like human, like we can like connect and putting faces or humans in posts or emails. It gives more trust and it gives more yeah, trust. I've forgotten the word, but it gives more like a human sense to the project, to the emails, and it could convert more. There is a study that is related to it that is very interesting. And for example, this is an old email that I had. Like you don't need to always look for like Pinterest and other uh, platforms that I told you guys. So we can use like old emails, literally. But I didn't like this one, but it indeed says it indeed like it's a little clear what is it for, but it's very business. Not yeah, like I said, not much emotional connection here. Right. So, like I said, I really like that this one in specifically, like the warm tones, and I moved on with that. So, I think if we use like somewhat of like a little like beige and orange could help us. Like this is give us like a calm vibe, right? Do you guys agree? Can you put emojis or right, please? Guys, we need to work as a team. Remember, don't be shy. Margaret, can you help me out if everyone's is writing on the chat?
Sure, I will.
Thanks a lot.
So, they're here to drop their responses. Please give them a couple of seconds and it's going to
Okay.
drop soon. Can you see the emojis yet, though?
Oh, I can't. I can see the emojis and the chat. That's why I'm asking you. Yeah.
All right, all right.
Yeah. We have time. Yeah, we have plenty of time.
All right.
Okay. Okay. What is the feedback?
Positive feedback from the emojis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good. Okay. So let's move
it's
on.
raining emojis.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot, Margaret. So we're gonna move on. So I think we got like our image style, what we want from the colors. And in here, I I put it like the colors that you're gonna use. We're gonna use the blue, that is the Multic Airlines brand color, okay? And we're gonna use these colors that are complementary. And in a little note, if you guys like want to learn more about colors, this is a very nice book, A Psychology of Colors. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't find this in English, but if you guys found and if you are interested, it might be an interesting read. Okay, so this is the first like template that I did, the first and only. But I'm gonna lie, it's like we need to do like a lot of templates. I just did like a one template. So this is like a template that I did based on the images, the tone that we want, what the emotions that we want to transmit to our stakeholders, right? So this is an example of the template that I did, and it can also be adjusted to the other things. That is the changing boarding gates and when it's time to board. And uh, as you can see, like this is like Lego, right? So we can grab this block, edit a little bit, and then we can use it three times differently. Like in the first one, welcome aboard, for example, we just put the title a little I just decrease a little bit and done. Like so, as you can see, this is like Lego. And as if you use Mautic Grape.js, you see that it's just like drag and drop, like right. And with the sections, it's very easily. And this like the uh, all the blocks that not me every like as a team, right? And as you can see in the first one, it's like a green one because we don't want to increase the travel stress. We want to reduce it. So to reduce it, we need to give them like the tools uh, in case of an emergency. So I put like a an imaginary phone number, but don't tell anyone, okay? Uh, yeah. So and this block is green, so it doesn't use like the other colors because, like I said, we want to give calm and tranquility to our stakeholders. For Carlos, for example, right? Yeah, and Mautic Airlines has an award because he's the great airlines in the world. So he has an award, and this gives trust, right? So everyone that received an email, and if we have like an award, we can use them on the bottom, right? And this is all the legal stuff. So privacy policy and subscribe, very important. Update profile and web version. Instead of putting on top, we have putting on bottom because we have saw on Mautic Airlines Mautic that most of the users use mobile, so we don't need to focus on the web version right on top. We can put on bottom. Okay, a little trick. Yeah, this is the mobile version. Always, if you're gonna do like emails, always remember to do the desktop version and the mobile version. What you want to look like on the mobile. And this is something, instead of you saying passengers, this is just an idea. I said travelers. So travelers. So instead of passengers, travelers. I think it's more humanized. Like traveler, like you are like exploring and stuff. Like a passenger, you are just hopping on the airplane and leaving, right? Travelers, it's a little beyond. It goes beyond that. I like it. I need to talk with the marketing team, but this is an idea that we got. And what we should do, what will be the ideal process? And we are cutting corners here, definitely. So we just did one template, but we should create 3 or 4 template styles with different visuals and tones. And after that, and after creating like the 3 or 4 templates, we're gonna gather feedback. This is very important because we just assume that what we just did is just great and we just move on. No, that's totally wrong. We need to gather feedback again from our stakeholders. That's very important. What tools do I use personally? I use most of the time Lisna because it has a free tier that is interesting. Or if you have the budget, or if the project has a budget or whatever, we can use this one. This is a little better than Lisna. And after getting, we're gonna get feedback. Like at least it may sound a high number, like 50 is a little higher, but the minimum that at the minimum like 25, 30. This is like to get together good like good results like 50, and then we improved our template. And for example, we can even like put the 4 templates and ask which one do you prefer, why, uh, and like put different sections on other templates and mix around to see like the feelings of the user, the stakeholder. Sorry. And this is a loop literally, so we can always like improve. So there's something that we need to take in consideration. So we can like loop this thing forever. So when you feel that as a designer, or you don't need to be a designer, but like when your instinct says, okay, this is like enough information, I think we got it, so we move on, because this is literally a loop. So in this presentation, I'm just going with this template and done. So we are cutting corners here. Okay, so guys, the designers that are here, we need to talk about code. It might be a little scary, but you guys got it, okay? We are a team, so we're gonna work as a team here. So what we're gonna use is MGML. I think everyone has heard if you use Mautic. So it's an open source framework. It works on Mautic greatly. It's responsive and it's faster. So we don't need again to invent the wheel and use like a weird framework. Just stick what it works best. Okay. And MGML actually has excellent documentation. It really does. Okay, and it has regular improvements. They are doing improvements on dark mode right now, so it's very interesting. Okay, so where you can like code. If you use like the Visual Studio Code, you have a plugin for MGML. You can even use an app that is available on their website, or you can even, if you don't even need to download anything. We just can do on the web, like the MGML online editor. Okay, this is what like the app looks. The app, this one, the MGML app, looks like. It has Windows and Mac OS. It works great. I like to use the plugin more, but it's up to you. If you like to use the app or the plugin, it's all right. This is just a showcase of the what the app looks like. So you're gonna code and it always show the final result of the email. Okay, and this is like a tip. So what I avoid the most. So I don't like to use much attributes. On older versions of Mautic, they couldn't read them properly, and the formatting of the email will be lost. So what I do and what I recommend is define the font family size line height inside of each MG text. It's a little more hard work, but it's worth it. Okay. When the client asks for tables or something on GrapeJS, it's gonna be a little hard. So what I recommend again is using MG raw or uh, MG text, although MG raw it's a little better to insert tables. And you're gonna definitely use CSS classes to for the tables. MG wrapper again, uh, limited support. It may require direct code adjustment. It really does. So just use it when you really need it, and please explain the marketing team about it that it's limited flexibility. And the MJ preview in the most recent versions of Mautic, we don't need to put MG preview on our emails. We can dump it because the Mautic has done it, inserted on Mautic itself. So that's great. So one last thing for us. This is some CSS rules. This is more, if you guys don't code, it's a little hard to understand, but please stay here, stick with us, okay? This is some rules that you can use specifically for GrapeJS and Mautic. You can take print, or I can share at the final the presentation. Okay, so what the template gonna look like? So you're gonna have the folder with assets with all the images, like for example this one, the logo, the icon. We're gonna put all that here in assets as a PNG on the icon, PNG here as the logo, and a JPEG here. Okay, we got the composer, the config, and the HTML. The HTML folder have the email HTML twig. This is where you're gonna put the code, right? And the thumbnail. Guys, this is very important. How I create a good thumbnail. Like this is an example. It don't need to be like the most amazing thing, but something that shines more than the standard ones. Okay, be creative. Okay. Uh, so all this you're gonna zip it, and this is gonna be the multi-care master template. It's gonna it's gonna be the name that you're gonna give. You can also download like some free templates that I did. No licensing, everything you can use it. You can access the QR code. Uh, okay, so without the template and without the code done, we need to do some quality assurance that this is important. So we need to do accessibility check. check the responsiveness, image optimization. This is extremely important. Image optimization, rendering tests, and dark mode. Okay, image optimization is very important. Accessibility as well. Okay, this is all important, but accessibility, image optimization is very important, and responsiveness because the most of our stakeholders open the email in mobile. Right. So accessibility check. This is like very vast, and this is just like some small things. I have wrote an article that explains this in more detail. Okay, so what we need to guarantee: the contrast with the background and the text. So we need to guarantee that is accessibility. This is an example. Okay, we need to use also alt text on images, very important as well, and a lot. This could be like a different other like session. The next thing we're gonna guarantee and test is the responsiveness. So we need to check uh, on desktop and mobile. So we what we're gonna check? No horizontal scrolling, because if we do like bad code, it's gonna like expand and it's gonna blow up our sections, and it's gonna like give horizontal scroll if it's done wrong. So we need to check it. Image resolution, okay. Check readability. For example, I mess up here. I'm gonna admit it. So I should add more space. Okay. So we need a little fix. Uh, Layout adapts smoothly between desktop and mobile. Yeah, for sure. We need to see if text is okay. For example, here I put the text centered, and here is on the left. So we need some CSS query rules. Not something that we need to worry about much. Very straightforward. And the buttons here, because I did mess up, I mess up again. Yeah, I'm going to admit it. So this is very small for the user to click. It should be stacked up, for example, and a little bigger, right? Because here we can see it clearly. We can click, but here they are a little small. So I messed up. Yeah, so I need to fix this one for sure. Image optimization. This is very important, very important, very, 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 very important. Okay, so what normally, and I have seen it tons of times, a lot of time. So some marketers are not aware, and they just put like 4K image on the email, or like super big images, and that's not good because it's it's very big, literally, and we need to reduce them, the width and the height proportionally, and the size. So we're gonna resize, right? You can use Figma, Illustrator, or I Love Image, for example. This is like a free tool. You can use it. Okay. Remember, we don't need to create the wheel. Just use what it works. Okay. Resize. We're gonna resize the image for the email viewport. So, for example, this is 500 pixels. So we have reduced automatically, but it's not compressed. So we need to compress, and and we got like a big difference from the small one. And in this example, I didn't know. I asked ChatGPT because I wanted to give real numbers to you guys. So it's 80% smaller. That's crazy, right? We have, and if, for example, this is just an image, and if we do like the logos and the small icons and the award icon that we have here, like that's a lot of stuff. Like that's very big, and we can reduce them, right? Good. So we have optimized everything, and we're gonna do tests. So the ideal thing, the ideal platform that we should use, because it's very easy, is email on acid. This one is cheaper, not sponsored. I should. And Litmus. I personally use email on acid the most because it's more cheap. Okay, and it gives great results as well to understand uh, what we need to fix. But if the client is on a budget, and that happens a lot, and if it doesn't have a subscription or something, what is the 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 limited budget solution? So we can create test accounts on all major clients, for example, Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, uh, and send from our Mautic to each address. Okay, we can do this. Don't use the client Mautic. I think it's not very professional. Use your own, and check rendering on the desktop and mobile apps. Yeah, you need to install this one. As you can see, this is more work. This gonna take some work, and with the email on acid subscription, it's gonna be a little easier. I have done this. I have used this before when I started. It gives you like a good understanding of what you need to fix. But if you could use some these tools, it would be better. Okay. And now the last one is dark mode. So dark mode is not standardized in all email clients. So you're gonna get different results from all different email clients, right? So this is gonna be a little more harder to uh, like protect our email from those dark mode stuff. What I recommend is sometimes to create some protection of your logo, use like a shadow here that is the same color of the background because you don't gonna see it like here we gonna in the light mode we don't gonna see it, and here it really depends on your logo. Okay, so this is not, I don't want you guys to use this like blindly. So if it makes sense to use sometimes a shadow behind it, it's gonna protect your logo. This is a way to protect, or even use some outlines. It really depends on the logo as well. This is a good example. So in the dark mode, if we use like this outline as the same as this color as the blue one here, it's gonna protect the logo and readability. Again, this really depends on your logo and in your background, but this is a way to avoid that your logo is always readable. You need to test this out, okay? You can also use like a plain cut like the, for example, in the back in this is a PNG, but we can use like a JPEG with the blue. It's not gonna look the greatest, but it could also be a solution to guarantee that your logo is always visible. So this is some tips, and this applies not only to your logo, because we need to guarantee that the logo is visible, right? Because the users when open our stakeholders when they open our email, they need to know who has delivered that email, right? So this is very important to guarantee that the logo is readable. Uh, Also the icons, for example, in these images, that's okay. For example, I like it the way it is. You could also, if you feel that your image is not very readable, and it's very important, you can use these tricks. Okay, the shadow or the outline. This is some ways that we need to use to protect our email to still be readable. Okay, so with all the quality assurance tests that we did, we have like the maximum evaluation, right? So 10 of 10. And after that, so we have done the template, we have done everything, so we have documented all. So we're gonna talk to the team, like the final review and approval. So we're gonna gather the team, see what has worked and what doesn't. What we have done, we have done good, we have done bad. We need to be humble, right? So we need to hear, and sometimes things just doesn't go as planned, and that's normal. So we always need to constantly grow and make improvements for ourselves as a persons and as professionals, right? So discuss openly what worked and what didn't work that well. Identify what the issues were. So the issues were clearly with the problem statement, right? So the passengers didn't receive clear emails and caused stress, and present them like clear, like other patterns and all the studies that we have did, and share. Of course, we're gonna share documentations, all the learning from this project, and we're gonna deliver the template. One thing that is more like not visible that much after delivering and do a follow-up, the ideal case should be like evaluate if the changes that we did were positive. Again, human to human, we will need to hear our stakeholders, what we did good, what we did not so good, and we should always validate after some time. Okay. Uh, yeah. So yeah, after that, and everything goes positive. Yeah, that's a project completed. We did it, guys. We did it. Yeah, and that's it basically. So we did our Mautic templates. So we follow the design thinking instead of going remember directly from code or design. We did all this process and we give like a very good solution to the client, so we can feel relaxed that we did a good job, right? And we show them like data instead of assuming what the client needs. We are talking to the I always say client, my bad, stakeholders. So we for example Carlos, we have listened to Carlos, we have understand these problems from the problem statement, we have showed them the solution, and in the ideal case we should after that validate if everything is okay. But based on all the process that we did, I think we can guarantee that it's gonna work, right? 85%. Like we gathered a lot of information, we did a lot of research, so I think we delivered a good final email, and Mautic Airlines gonna be great. And that's it. Oh yeah, we this is what's a big presentation. If it was a little board, I'm sorry. I tried to put a lot of images and associate visually what I'm talking for you guys. And I'm open to questions, of course. Margaret, it's your turn.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I can
Thank you.
also attest to the fact that you made use of design thinking while creating your slides. I'm sure everyone listening they learned a lot. So to all of us watching from wherever we are in the world, it's now time for us to ask Ricardo
Yeah, let's go.
questions. I
Don't be
can't
shy.
see any in the Q&A chat.
Okay.
Neither can I. So if you want to ask questions, please do so that we can wrap up this session in preparation for the third session for our this morning part. So, or are we saying that we totally get every single thing that Ricardo said? Like I can see the emojis. There's a lot of
Yeah,
applause.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I've
for me,
seen
I
too. Yeah.
think you kept it simple so everyone could follow the journey. Okay, I can see a question. So Ruth has a question. She's asking, where do we start with building templates in MGML? Do you have a template we can start from?
Yeah.
Let me
So
project
yeah.
the
Okay.
question.
Yeah. So we can download it if you have like your own Mautic. You can download the existing ones that are available that Anderson did, good templates, and I also did some templates that you can use as well. So let me put the slide here. Sorry. Yeah. So uh, I have some free templates that you can use. You can also use from Mautic ones, totally free. You can download them and use them. They are also on GitHub that you can download. So that's good if you want to like adapt. So you need just to change the email, the config, the composer, of course the assets. Remember, guys, the logo and all the images, the icons. You need to change them and change the URL and stuff. And always remember that thumbnail, okay, to create a good impact on the marketeer or the client that's gonna use our template.
All right. Do we have any other questions? All right. I think I can ask. Okay. One is asking,
Okay, okay, good question, John. Okay, okay.
what is the effort upgrading emails from Motic 5 to 6 and perhaps to 7? Yeah, that's
Yes, I'm gonna be honest.
one's question.
The emails worked. On I didn't work on 7. I'm not gonna lie, but on 6 it has worked, so we didn't had to change anything. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I found the demos that does work on 6 and on 5 and 6. Yeah, I need to try with 7. Not gonna lie. Thanks for the question, John. Great guy, John.
Okay.
Love you, John.
Okay. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks, John, for your
Thanks, yeah.
questions. We have 9 minutes until our next session.
Okay.
Do we have further questions for Ricardo? Don't be shy,
Don't be shy, guys. Come
um,
on.
Ricardo.
I'm not gonna judge.
Okay. I have a question.
Wait, I'm writing.
I think.
Okay, Joey, take your time.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, while we wait for Joe to drop his, I remember someone had said in the chat section
Okay.
at the start of your conversation that
Okay.
they've heard of design thinking, but they
Yeah, yeah.
haven't used it. Have they employed methodology? So, can you
It
share
it was Sven,
like
right?
a
Yeah, yeah, Sven,
yes?
Sven, yeah.
Can you share like
The
no,
process,
Sven
right?
said he has yeah. So can
Yeah.
you share where we can, like, for those of us that haven't started employing that methodology, where do we
Yeah.
start from?
So
Yes.
remember, guys, everyone, empathize. So the human to human, remember this one? Eh, Instead of B2C, B2C, human to human. Okay. So empathize. We're gonna talk with our I think this one is a little better. We're gonna empathize. Empathize meaning human to human interaction, right? Understand, like put the shoes of the our stakeholders in our feet. Like we need to feel as a client. We need to we need to feel even the air of the airport. You know, we need to feel the most we can as the our stakeholders. Like for example, Carlos here, right? So we need to really empathize. We really need to understand what the client needs, our stakeholders or client, right? So this is very important. And this is like I said, look, understand how people read emails. We can see with Mautic with the analytics, sorry, reports, identify devices and context. Again, we can use Mautic, analyze user pain points. Yes, we're gonna do it. Interviewing the Carlos and review campaign analytics. That's also important to see some data, right? What has worked and what hasn't, what didn't work that great. And after that, we're gonna define the problem statement, the this big blue one, the blueprint. Then we're gonna ideate. This is more of a design part, not design. We don't need to be a designer, okay? Uh, yeah, ideate, research, collect inspiration, sketch different layouts. Guys, remember again the good old notebook and pencil. The prototype, Figma. Remember mobile and desktop. Uh, and yeah, this is important. Create something that you can develop on MGML, right? Don't create like crazy stuff. You know, MGML has section, columns, text, buttons. You can use as CTA, images, icons. So you're gonna create something that is tangible that we can develop. Okay, don't create like don't go like super crazy. Right, less is more. Less is more here. And test like all the test dark mode, the quality assurance steps.
All right. We have Joe's
Is
question,
it really?
and Joe is asking, do you think there could be a way to do media query specific editing in the drag and drop builder?
You think it would be a way to me? Yeah, on Mautic you need to edit it directly on the Grape.js. Yeah, that's a little more art, and sometimes it doesn't work as supposed because Grape.js changes the CSS sometimes. So yeah, what if you think that's gonna be the problem? What I recommend on if you have a template, you download the template and you put the query and you put the template again, or change or create a different template for that specific purpose. Yeah, that's a pain for sure, Joey. Yeah.
Because
Uh,
he sent a follow-up question that it's really hard to code it in MGML, and often doesn't even work.
But Joey, you can
Yes.
download the templates. Remember, on crafting email slash templates, or download from the Mautic directly, right? So you can even like use those templates and change and adjust to your needs. Yeah, but if I think you know, Joey, you are you if you know HTML and a little of CSS, I think you do. You're great, by the way. Love you, Joey. Uh, I
All
think you
right.
can achieve your emails greatly. You can do it, Joey. I believe in you.
All right.
Great questions,
As
everyone.
Kamala said, you can do it, Joe. Yeah. Any other question? Do we have any other questions? All right. I see that we don't have further questions. Ricardo, do you want to offer like a vote of thanks so that we
Yeah,
can wrap up this session?
it was
Okay.
my first session, guys. If something went wrong, sorry. I did my best. um, and thanks a lot for your time and for sticking up with me and Margaret. Uh, we love you guys. Thanks a lot for once again, and hope you stay here for the other sessions as well. Thanks a lot, Richard and Sven. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, all right. So
Love.
thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Ricardo. I'm
Thanks
sure
a
we
lot,
all learned
Margaret.
a lot. Yeah, it was a pleasure to listen to your amazing session. For those of you just joining us, to enable us join the next session, I will be ending this session shortly. Then, like I said, there's always a prize for the first person to join the next session. So see you all soon, and while you're running to that session, you can grab like water or coffee or tea, whichever
Okay.
form of
I'm gonna
liquid
grab my
works
coffee
best
right
for
now.
you. Yeah, so you can be hydrated and listen to our next keynote. See you soon,
See you
everyone.
guys. Thanks a
Bye.
lot. Bye.